Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Today we're going to be watching the classified Easter egg cutscene for the first time, but before we get to the cinematic itself, it's really important that I make 1 or 2 points about the circumstances surrounding this Easter egg. The way that this has been found, discovered, solved, etc. has been really unfortunate. Essentially, the Black Ops 4 base game is too unstable to support you getting to the round you need to get to, 150, to actually unlock this cutscene. And so the only way to do it right now is through glitches. Now, as a YouTuber, I haven't glitched on YouTube for many years. When I first started my channel, I was really into that stuff, but I then decided that I didn't want to be promoting exploits and things on my channel. That just wasn't really my cup of tea. And so generally, that's something that I try and avoid. I would much rather grind for this myself, put the time in, get the 150 rounds done, and then unlock it organically in my game. And that's why in the last couple days, I've streamed multiple times doing proper, actual, classified high round Easter egg attempts, but the game has crashed every time. And as a YouTuber, I can't really wait for the next several weeks for potential patches or whatever to come through to make the game stable enough for this to actually be something I can get in my game. And so I'm using footage from my buddy Noah J456 here. I want to say thank you to him. He very kindly sent it over to me when I said that I was basically completely out of luck because I tried already and I just could not get to that higher round without my game crashing. So thank you to him. It sucks that it has to be this way. I would take the full quest completion, the full race to do it properly any time over this, but it is what it is. That's life. And so at this point, I've basically realized that I've just got to suck it up and watch the cutscene now, and then try and get back to normal content from me in the next couple days. So, without further ado, this is going to be my first reaction, and probably a little bit of explanation, knowing me, of the classified Easter egg cutscene. We're in full screen. Let's do this. Begin. In the corridor. Oh.
We do not understand. The Earth. We saw it destroyed. Yet here we are.
It's more time travel bullshit, Tech. Just hasn't happened yet. Speaking of BS.
Okay.
How the hell did you get back in your body, Doc?
Does it matter, Dempsey?
I'll tell you what matter. Americans still give Nikolai his vodka. Is that your plan, Nikolai? Give up and drink yourself to oblivion? Or do you want to make a difference for once in your life?
Okay.
You. Oh, Scheiße.
You four must come with us. In time, it will make sense. Now.
Intruders on the base. Hangar 4.
Wow.
Now we must go, quickly. There is a war to be fought.
War? What kind of war?
A war unlike any you have ever seen. The Great.
Huh. We're gonna have to watch that again. That's what we're gonna have to do. This is exactly as we expected it to be, in that they're in Hangar 4, which is where the radios say they should be. Hangar 4 looks very strange, but I guess they've just got them in the warehouse kind of thing, inside a cage, but why are they in a cage when they say that, like, the characters are almost comatose and they had to sedate Rick to... I guess it's just a little small detail, but they're in the cage, and Takeo says, Earth, we saw it destroyed, which is understandable because those characters have gone from the destroyed version of Earth back to Earth, and so that would probably be a pretty confusing thing. But the thing that I want to check is what Primus are looking like when they're coming through the portal here.
Is that your plan, Nikolai? Give up and drink yourself to oblivion?
Okay, so to drink yourself to oblivion.
Difference for once in your life.
You. Oh, Scheiße.
You four must come with us. In time, it will make sense. Now,
Intruders on the base. Hangar 4.
now we must go, quickly. There is a war to be fought.
War? What kind of war?
A war unlike any you have ever seen. The Great.
They don't have the blood vials. But it's not post-Revelations Richtofen. So my boy lived. My boy's alive, baby! But does that take away from the emotional heft of Blood of the Dead? I mean, kind of, I guess. None of them have blood vials here. So this isn't something that we have seen in the cycle previously and they've just glanced over. This should be post-blood, right? And Nikolai is talking and kind of leading the crew, so yeah, post-Blood of the Dead, but our boy Richtofen is completely fine. That is real strange. I wonder, what are they saying is the reason for that one? Is this going to be a quick zip type scenario like we saw with Zetsubou, except this could be one the other way round, where instead of hearing that our characters are going off somewhere and then coming back and we don't know where they went, maybe this time we see where they went, but we don't know when they're going to go there and come back. I mean, I guess it would make sense if this was between DLC 3 and DLC 4, because they would then have 8 characters that we could be doing something with in that fourth and final map, the Great War. But I feel like there would be a higher chance that we would go into a cutscene type thing in DLC 3 or DLC 2 or DLC 1, and the Ultimus or the Primus crew would go off and do something while you played as the other remaining crew, and then they'd use that as a build-up slowly but surely as we were going towards that Great War. That's what I think would be more likely, just because I think that it would be a bit of a kind of sudden jump to go from Blood to this to a war. I think that would be pretty nuts. And I know that there would potentially be something like Blood, something else, this, Great War, but I mean, that's cool. That's a cool cutscene. It's interesting that it's so sort of simple. Like, they're just standing there, kind of seeing each other in this cage in Hangar 4. And then, I guess at the end, they look at each other, and that's the end of the cutscene. The Great War. That's exciting, honestly. That is exciting. I'm curious to see where this goes. It's gonna probably need a little bit more thinking, just in case there's any obvious detail in there that I've missed so far that I might be able to figure out from just a little bit more inspection of it, maybe run it in slow-mo, take a look at all the sort of stuff that's in there, and then cross-reference it with the timeline and all the wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff I've got back there on my whiteboard, all that sort of thing. Maybe there'll be more to it, but that is an interesting cutscene. It's quite short, and I mean, let's watch it one more time, just for the sake of seeing it again, and I'll then
They do not understand.
give my final thoughts.
You saw it destroyed.
We saw it destroyed.
Here we are.
It's more time travel bullshit, Tech. Just hasn't happened yet. Speaking of BS,
They're locked in Hangar 4.
how the hell did you get back in your body, Doc?
Does it matter, Dempsey?
I'll tell you what matter. Americans still give Nikolai his vodka. Is that your plan, Nikolai? Give up and drink yourself to oblivion?
They come right through those blue portals again. And there's no sign of the summoning key.
You. Oh, Scheiße.
You four must come with us. In time, it will make sense. Now,
Intruders on the base. Hangar full.
now we must go, quickly. There is a war to be fought.
War? What kind of war?
A war unlike any you have ever seen. The Great.
I do think it's kind of weird that Primus Nikolai is the only member of Primus to say anything? Anything at all. It's like, fine, okay, fair enough. He's the new kind of group leader, right? But Primus Richtofon's normally a bit of a chatty lad. And he's not being a chatty lad here, and that feels weird. I don't know if that's just because I'm so used to him leading the group and taking charge and talking over people and telling them they're stupid. But like, he steps through the portal and doesn't say a word. I don't know, man. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's going to definitely take some adjusting having Primus Nikolai being the group leader. I'm going to definitely have to kind of mull that one over in my mind a bit more, because I knew that it was coming, but like this? It's interesting. And also the fact that Great War Richtofen isn't there is strange. A topic for another video. Okay? I've been MrRoflWaffles. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like on the video. That would be amazing. And I will be doing a full, proper explanation of this within 24 hours, so sit tight and look forward to that. It should be a good one. Alright? Thanks, guys. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.